What's up? It's ASAP Flash, and for this video, I'll definitely be going off script. One, because it feels kind of weird just to be looking at the script right here and then kind of like the camera right here. It just looks weird. And two, well, I don't really feel like typing things. Most of all, like I kind of have it in my head on what I'm gonna talk about. Besides, it feels a lot more free flowing and a lot more natural, I suppose. To go off naturally, you know, just go on. Anyway, before I start, it being Thanksgiving, I just want to say Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and whether you celebrate or not, you know, whether you celebrate it or not, feel like you should be thankful throughout the year instead of just one day of the year. And I just think it's kind of ironic that there's Thanksgiving and immediately after it's Black Friday, which it kind of feels like it contradicts the whole thing of being thankful. But hey, whatever, dude. Now that's out of the way, let me get into the topic of what the video is. So a few nights ago, I seen Doctor Sleep. I know it's been out for like a couple of weeks, but I barely seen it a few nights ago, and it's really good. You know what I'm saying? It's like it just feels like a perfect follow up to the sequel. The score, the I guess the cinematography as well. I would say the pacing is really good as well. I mean, there's a few details that I felt like that didn't make it into a novel, but when I think about it, it makes sense that it didn't make it into a novel. Like for instance, in the novel, um, like I think Abra either when she was still a fetus or she was like one or whatever. I think the latter. She had predicted 9/11, and in the movie that didn't happen, which I think that could be like seen as a good thing because it'd be kind of like a bad. I mean, sure, it happened like what was it like 19, 18 years ago, whatever. But I don't think it would be a very wise thing to kind of remind audiences that, like, hey guys, remember 9/11, But maybe if like 50 years from now, a movie might be like, hey, 9/11, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, there was some details that was taken out of the movie, like whether for time or it didn't fit, and I kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the book is the book, where the movie is the movie. I was kind of confused because when I reviewed the novel earlier this year, I said that that Dick Halloran is in the book. So I was like, well, how does that work? Whatever. And here's the thing: it's like I think I misinterpreted the what was going on because it's like a force ghost, if you will. Like he's there, but he's there in Danny's mind. And anyway, so one thing I liked about the movie is it kind of focuses on three different characters: Danny, Abra, and then Rose the Hat. And whenever something happened, like there was a situation where let's say Abra felt like really powerful. Like all three characters kind of converge. Like they're in three different areas, but it's like how it cuts to each character. You could feel like they're all like connected, which they are. Um, I just thought it was kind of weird because when I was reading the novel and they're kind of basically described as vampires, I was a little confused with that. Like, okay, vampires, I don't get it. But in the movie, they're not vampires in the traditional sense where they go up to people and suck their blood. They're more like vampires, and they I don't know, primarily kids, but let's assume it's kids. Kids with the shine, and then they just kill them and kill their steam. That shit was kind of horrifying, especially near the end of the movie. And I'll be getting to that. Um, Yeah, what else was great about the movie? I think talking about the score again. One of my favorite parts of the movie where the score was important. There was a scene in the movie where Rosa had, I don't know, like I said, this movie's been out for like a couple of weeks, so spoilers probably go out the window. There was a scene where Rosa Hat was looking for Abra, and when she first started looking for her, it was like a normal heartbeat, dun 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 dun. And then as soon as she started getting closer, like boom 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 boom, started thudding even louder. So it's like the dread, the fear that's like, oh shit, she's like right on top of her. And just like in the novel, Rose just very cocky, very kind of like, just a little kid, who cares, right? But the the funny thing about Abra in contrast to Danny is Abra was so innocent with the magic. She was so like, oh, it's just magic. See, I can do this too. And then the magician's like, oh yeah, shut up. But I have a theory that Jack Torrance also had the shine, but because it scared him or whatever, he chose to get drunk instead of being embraced by the shine. At least that's just my theory. I don't know if that's a real thing, but that's just my interpretation of it. Anyway, the score as well. Going on the what I'm talking about the score. Um, the original score for the original movie returned near at the final act of the movie, and it just so felt so damn chilling to hear again, and it felt like returning to an old friend. You know what I'm saying? Just very like just I don't know, I can't find the word for it right now, but it just feels so much more powerful to hear it second time again in the second movie. And I think the movie's ending, it's a lot different than the novel for sure, but I feel like it's more powerful in the movie than in the novel, because in the novel, like I said in my review for the book for the novel earlier, it's like he comes full circle. So I feel like Doctor Sleep, the novel, was more about Danny, his journey to become a better person where he is, and I feel like in the movie, the yeah, I mean, we follow Danny's journey, but I feel like it's more of an average journey as well, because he died and in the most brutal way possible. And like I think that was the most terrifying part of the movie. Seeing all those goals get to him. But yeah, it was cool because it's like yeah, he had control over powers, but not enough control to where he could put all the gold back in the box before he himself turned into a ghoul. And I just think it's kind of ironic because um, Ewan McGregor he played Obi-Wan Kenobi, which turned into a Force Ghost later on in the series, right? And I think it's kind of ironic because in this movie, his character died and kind of turned into a Force Ghost type character. So so I guess he's known for Force Ghost characters, and who knows if in the Harley Quinn movie he'll also turn into a Force Ghost? No, probably not. He'll be Black Man, but in a sense, because he sounds like Joker, and I think it'll be like one of those movies that'll play with the audience perceptions. Like thinking like Harley Quinn, broke up with a Joker, and she's hearing the Joker or whatever. But that's a that's another topic for another video. Anyway, yeah. So maybe a little bit rambly in this video, but I thought this movie was super great. I thought this movie was a great sequel to The Shining, and for Stephen King to actually give accolades to this movie, I mean, definitely says a lot because like he wasn't a fan of the first, my theory about it as well is like maybe that movie spoke a little bit too close to home for him, so maybe that's why he didn't like it. Which I think that'd be a valid reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know more of a Stanley Kubrick's The Shining than his own take on The Shining. I mean, let's be honest, like that Shining is rubbish. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would I would I would definitely give this a review of a movie a high rating, like maybe I don't know, like 8 out of 10 or whatever. I don't really do numbers here, but yeah. Um, that's pretty much it about the movie. I thought it was great. And let me know down below what you think of this freeform idea without a script. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should include note cards or whatever. Let me know. And also, what do you think about this background? I mean, it looked kind of like crap because it is crap, you know. But it's nice to change the pace, I guess, instead of just looking out at a random background, you know. Anyway, so I'm out like the Flash, and see you in the next video. And before I say that, I just want to say again, Merry Christmas. I mean, Merry Christmas. Not even that month yet. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that celebrates. And if you don't, well, just be thankful that you're alive. And yeah, out like the Flash, and see you in the next video.